Okay, today we're going to talk about making your own hand-stitched sketchbook. The stitching method is a Coptic stitch, and you're going to be creating something similar to this. It goes together. It's hard to see with this lighting, but the hand stitch all along the edge here. You're making a front and back cover. A couple different examples here of some sketchbooks. To do this, you're going to need 4 pieces of crescent illustration board. We're going to be gluing 2 of them together to make a very strong, sturdy cover. You're also going to need 2 sheets of white paper that are 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. This is what you're going to be creating your finished design on. That will be placed on the top of the cover separately. We can make the cover itself first and then create the design separately and then put it all together. So you're also going to need 2 pieces of black construction paper for some backing. You're going to need some larger white sheets of paper, 8 by 11, to wrap around the crescent board once you've put it together. And you're also going to need some glue, some scissors, and some masking tape for this first part here. So take 2 pieces of our crescent board. You're going to take some regular Elmer's glue, and you're going to simply cover the crescent board with that, with this. You don't want a ton of it so that it spills all over, but you want enough so that it's going to completely cover all of the edges when you brush it out. Take a brush and spread that evenly across the entire surface, like this. And we've got that evenly coated around the entire piece of crescent board, like that. I'm going to set that down, put the 2 pieces together, like this. And then you're going to tape the corners with masking tape. That way, when you press the whole thing under some heavy books, it does not shift on you and alter the way that it's going together. So I'm going to just simply put the masking tape, make sure my corners are lined up there, well, wrap it around that edge to keep it in place. I'm going to do that on all 4 sides so that I can be sure that it is not going to wiggle on me and go in a direction that I don't want it to underneath the books. Because sometimes you have it lined up, but you set the books down and you don't realize it, and everything kind of shifts or wiggles, and the next thing you know, you come back and your cover is kind of skewed, and you don't want that for the wrapping of the paper part and overall. So you want to just kind of tape all 4 corners like that. We're going to take this whole thing now and set a book down, put this on top of it, and stack a whole bunch more books on top of it. Set that off to the side and let that dry. When you don't tape it, this is what happens. When it's all said and done, it's going to come out like this, and all you have to do is peel the tape off those corners, and we are ready for the next step. While you are waiting for your cover pieces like this to dry, you can work on your cover design on that smaller piece of white paper. You're ready for the next step, which is going to be to wrap this with a piece of white paper so that you don't have a rough edge like that and it looks nicer. So again, take some of our glue, brush that so it's nice and even, and we're going to place this in the center of our piece of white paper that is 8 by 11. Now we're going to cut the corners, but you don't want to cut tight up against this corner here. You want to leave just the tiniest little gap so you have some room to fold it over and leave a little tiny bit of space there. Do that on all 4 sides. We're going to put some glue on here like this on all 4 sides. And then we're going to fold this over. Sure and crease that edge there so it's up good and tight to the edge of your cover, and fold that down. When you get to the corner here, you're going to crease that in and then fold this up and fold it over. Turn the whole thing, crease in the corner, so you kind of press in that corner there so it folds it over. Wrap it around that corner and then fold this up. Make sure you got a nice clean edge there, and then fold it all the way down. And then again, you wrap around the corner. You're going to have to do that on this side as well with the last one at the same time. And then fold this up and crease it, and then fold it over like this. All right, so now you've got all 4 of your sides folded in. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your black piece of colored construction paper and you want to glue that down so that it looks real nice on your inside of your cover like that. Smooth it all down like this. Place the whole thing again inside a stack of books and let it dry, and while it's drying you can continue to work on your cover design. So now that you've got all of that dry, you have your completed cover. You've got a nice smooth white surface here. You've got your black construction paper glued down on the inside here, and you are ready. Once you have your design drawn on your white sheet of paper that you've been working on while everything else is drying, you would be able to glue that down onto the outside cover, glue your design down, and then you'll do a final, once that's dry, layer of Mod Podge over top of it, which will seal the whole thing, make it nice and kind of shiny like you see on these here. We've got this shiny surface to it, and it allows it to be a little more durable, a little fingerprint resistant. It doesn't pick up dirt as much and so on. It makes it a little bit nicer and stronger and so on. Okay, so that's the first steps for making the cover to the sketchbook. We will work on the stitching part and folding of your signatures and so on in the next section.